Welcome back to INTERPHEX TV. I am Bob Fryer, and we are joined by a familiar face, Dimitri Salvo from Delphin Industrial Corporation.
Good to meet you, Bob.
Good to see you.
Thanks for having me back.
You bet. When last we spoke, last year at INTERPHEX 2024, you were launching a wide range of industrial vacuums and pneumatic systems. How has that gone this last year?
Exactly. Wow, that's been a success.
Good.
And it's after the launch last year, there was really a lot of attention, and it's good to be here this year because those are not fast sales. The sales cycles is quite long.
Okay.
Those solutions, this is technical equipment. It goes into production process, has to do with health and safety. So I would say if I look back 1 year, now we're starting to see the first results of what we've sown a year ago.
It's a long ripple effect before you start to see.
Exactly, and it's great to be here to reconnect and to reconfirm. So it's a kind of a relaunch, and it's great to be here.
What was the advancement? What was the change that the new vacuum system? Tell me what was the progression there? What changed?
Yeah, I'd say there's still a lot of education to be done in many companies, in many industries when it comes to vacuum-based solutions in relation to dust containment and production efficiency.
Okay.
I mean, I've been walking a lot of factories, pharmaceutical factories in the US over the last year.
Okay.
And you still see in the production process lots of places where bags, product bags, ingredient bags are loaded manually into production machinery.
Right.
Which, is not that safe for operators.
Correct.
Walking up a ladder with a...
Or for whoever is getting the materials, because your pneumatic system, you move it through the vacuum system so that a person is not involved in that.
Correct.
Okay.
And it's still vacuum technology. It's the same as a Hoover. You get a negative displacement of air, and it's just used to move product automatically and in a self-contained enclosed way, and then you avoid that nasty cloud of dust that will spread around when you empty a bag into a tablet press or a granulator.
Yeah, that can't be ideal.
No.
Who are your clients? Who comes up to your booth and wants to know more about it?
Well, yeah, there's a mix of them, and I would say there's OEMs, machine manufacturers, the likes of the Syntegons, the Fatties. Then you get the end users, of course, which are interested in knowing about the solution. That would be the big pharmaceutical company and especially the subcontractors. Those are the companies that are producing for the big brands. And I would say also some specialized distributors and integrators of such equipment, that resell and service such machinery. So it's a mix of them.
When you go to the Delphin booth, what is it that we see when we're there? Do you have it on display, the entire system? We get to watch it happen?
We'll have quite a complete array of the pharmaceutical solutions, pneumatic conveying and high-end dust containment vacuums, dust collectors, dust extractors. So yes, there's quite a good mix of them.
Is it a no-brainer for Delphin to be here at INTERPHEX every year? You need to come back and reconnect with your clients and look for new ones.
It is, and it's this is a global strategy for us, attending the main events in Europe and North America, likes of Akima, INTERPHEX in the US, because we need to position ourselves in this market, our brand, our solutions, and it will take years to do that. And so yes, I definitely think we'll be here next year.
When you come to INTERPHEX, do you start to notice different trends? As you say, it happens over years, so if you just take a tiny slice of time, you'd maybe not see it, but over the years you start to see how innovations happen, how INTERPHEX itself adapts to whatever changes, trends are happening in the market?
Yes. I see it, I say this humbly, I see it from my standpoint. We do vacuum-based solutions and not that complicated. But yes, I do see, generally speaking, an increase in attention, in awareness to safety and to using, new and safer and more innovative solution when it comes to dust containment. That's a trend I've been seeing kind of gathering pace over the last couple of years.
I see a lot of that as well. When I've been able to come back a couple of times, and everyone's talking about sustainability. How can we work that in? And then, of course, artificial intelligence starts working.
Oh,
in.
yeah.
Yeah. Does artificial intelligence come into yours?
It does. It does. I mean, it's very connected to automation. And again, I'm taking pneumatic conveying. It goes with after sales. I mean, we're working a lot of that. It's production equipment, and AI is really adding a lot in simplifying that process. The FAQs and more and more of them. So yes, it's.
Let me just ask you one last thing. What's a success for Delphin here at INTERPHEX? What would you go home, you come back, you go, you know what? I'm so glad we went to INTERPHEX because such and such happened.
Well, it's already a success being here,
yeah.
Because as I mentioned, we need to position ourselves, networking, getting exposure, talking to people, understanding the industry better and better. And, but I come from sales, so I'd be happy to just walk back with one big important
sure.
customer from the show.
Well, I certainly hope that happens. Dimitri, good to see you again. We hope to see you
Bob.
back here again next year.
I think definitely. Thanks for having me.
You bet.
Thank you.
For INTERPHEX TV, I'm Bob Fryer.